Back to Market on Close. We're going to talk some nuclear stocks, but before we do, our next guest gets to take a bit of a victory lap as well. We welcome in Nigam Arora from the Aurora Port, the founder of the Aurora Port. You had a nice call last time you were here. Why don't you talk to us about that a little bit before we get into some of these nuclear plays?
Sure, Alex. Thank you for having me. So I had mentioned TXNM, which is electric utility based in actually New Mexico, serving New Mexico and some parts of Texas, that company will get bought out. And they did get a buyout offer. And one of the investors miss out, at the Aurora Port, we've had now 207 of our portfolio companies bought out, granted over a number of years. So when the stock is bought out, or company is bought out, the stock jumps and you make pretty nice money. So that's a nice victory lap there. Thank you for mentioning that.
Let's talk about these nuclear opportunities, because it seems like we may have administrations, not only here in the U.S., but perhaps even worldwide, that are a little bit more open to this type of technology for power source. And you have a tremendous demand driver with AI eating so much power. Talk to us about some of the categories of opportunities, as you put them, that you're looking at within this space.
Sure, Alex, you're right. There's a great opportunity. And I think for investors, the best way to do that is divide the opportunities into 5 categories. And the first one is your conventional nuclear power plants. We have lots of them in this country, but we have built only, a couple recently, but it took like 20 years to build them. Essentially, we stopped building them in 1980s, and we just have the old plants. The biggest one is Constellation Energy, CEG, and CEG has the largest nuclear fleet in the country. A lot of power, and they're also buying something called Calpine, which has a very large generating capacity, natural gas based, and we need so much power for AI. It's not going to be only nuclear; it's also going to be natural gas. The other one is Vistra, symbol VST. So those are 2 big ones. There are 2 other ones. One is Talen Energy. Amazon has a deal with them, TLN. And one is a sleeper stock. It's a Public Service Enterprise Group, Inc., a New Jersey company, symbol is PEG. So not only these companies have a lot of nuclear power plants, think about it. If you want to put new smart modular reactors, which is one of my categories I'll talk about, with the nuclear, there's still a syndrome, right? Mm-hmm. Like not in my backyard. I love nuclear plants, but don't put them in my backyard. So where the nuclear plants already exist, communities are already used to it. Mm-hmm. Nuclear plants pay a lot of local taxes, communities benefit. The workers are already there with nuclear experience. You need a lot of security. So the security is all around there and so on. So not only the existing nuclear plants, but these utilities also have, these companies that I mentioned also have great opportunities for smart modular reactors putting on the same location, same land where their existing nuclear plants are. So that's one. The second one is uranium. Obviously, nuclear power runs on uranium. And, in the U.S., we've been importing most of our nuclear fuel from Russia. Now we have banned that. So Cameco, it's a Canadian company, big mine in Canada, symbol CCG. That's my favorite. And there's an extra kicker here. So if you go to conventional nuclear plants, there used to be 2 big players, and there still are. One is GE, which became GE Vernova, the Westinghouse. Now, Westinghouse has pressurized water reactors, which are better, more popular. You cannot buy directly Westinghouse. And Westinghouse is now shooting for, starting 10 more new reactors after Trump issued his 4 new directives for nuclear power. But CCJ, or Cameco, owns 49% of Westinghouse. So it's a very nice way to play not only uranium, but play Westinghouse. So my next category, which everybody's so excited about, and I am too, is smart modular reactors. These are smaller reactors. So conventional reactor may produce, around 1,000 megawatts. These may produce anywhere from 60 to 300 megawatts. The most popular stock with a crowd, so to speak, is Oklo. The reason Oklo became so popular is It's backed by Sam Altman of OpenAI, so a lot of contacts, there's a lot of capital. They're working with Idaho Engineering National Lab, trying to set up their first smart modular reactor there. And they have a model that they're going to own these plants. They're also working on fuel, and they're going to run the plant. So they're not just selling reactors. And then there are two other companies, which I think both are very, very good. One is a NuScale Power, symbol is SMR. And the next one is Nano Nuclear Energy, symbol is NNE. Now you need fuel. Fuel is a problem, right? And one of the 4 orders that Trump has issued, he wants to reinvigorate the nuclear industry. And big part of that has to be fuel, right? I mean, we can't be depending on Russia for fuel, right? We need to have fuel in this country. And there's a company called Centrus Energy, LEU. That's a prime player. Now, the smart modular reactors need a high assay fuel, it's a little different kind of fuel. And there's a company called Lightbridge, LTBR. That's coming along very well in coming up advanced fuel. So that there's an opportunity. And then there are suppliers, the big reactors, right? I talk about GE. So GE split in 3, and the nuclear went to GE Vernova, symbol GE, V as in Victor. I think they got great opportunities. I talk about Westinghouse. You can't buy it, but buy it through Cameco. And then there's another company, that has a lot of reactors in, like for Navy and so on. So I think they can capture that and advance more in commercial space. It used to be called Babcock and Wilcox, and there were splits and so on, but now they're called BWX Technologies, symbol BWXT. So a lot of opportunities here, Alex.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I love that you split them into the buckets as well, because it sort of separates them out by maybe beta as well. Maybe some of these smart modular reactors, they're pre-revenue companies with great ideas that'll hopefully come to fruition and be, put out there in the next several years. But then there's also companies like Constellation and Vistra that are already doing this with the more traditional technology, and are essentially utility companies that have a little bit of upside with the AI demand. Really appreciate it. Wish we had more time. We'll have to continue this conversation next time. That's Nigam Arora, founder of the Arora Report.